Morning guys, so today we're taking the car into work just like any other day. Fuck it, why not? Get you guys another drive video. Starting to warm up here in Arizona. But it's still nice enough to where in the mornings it's pretty cool, so I don't feel it as much with temps. I know several of you have asked about getting another drive video. So of course I'm doing that, but I don't know what it is that you guys want to see from these videos, so if you guys want to let me know, that would be great, because and that's really the only way I can provide content to you guys, is knowing what you guys want to see. For you to see what it's like to daily drive mine won't be the same if you're not looking to do the same to it, you know? But yeah, even full Bolton on these, my understanding is that they're fun. So you can't really go wrong with modding yours or buying one that's already modded, which is realistically, financially, the best route you can take. I've been doing this for a long time and I've wasted a lot of money on cars by modifying them and stuff. Hopefully we get an opportunity to open her up a little bit here on one of these straights. Passes like 55, 56-ish. It can't seem to keep them hooked in second gear. First gear is worthless, but second gear is almost impossible to keep traction. I've always wanted to get rid of the hyper flash. I don't want to do all of the freaking resistors and each one of the lights and crap, so I just deal with it. See if that gives you guys a little bit of a decent view, if I can accelerate somewhere. So close to the end of the month, I am getting the lower control arms done, which is something I should have done a while ago, but I'm lazy / scared of working on this car, because you know, I'm somewhat mechanically inclined, but I'm not fully, and I just don't want to deal with breaking something or not doing something right, which would lead to having to get it fixed, paying someone to have it get it fixed right, when I could have just done it the first time. You know, one thing I can say I'll probably never fully get used to is this fucking clutch. It's got a stage 4 comp clutch in it, and it's very it likes what it likes, and that's it. There's times where I shift at certain RPMs and it does great, but if I don't give it enough pedal, which seems like overkill on pedal, I'll get the slightest. It's not as clean as a shift, but then I can barely give it any pedal at different RPMs and it's like butter. I don't get it. So although I think I've acclimated to it well, it's I don't think it's something I'll ever like be full-time crisp with all the time. This lane ends, bro. If you're gonna pass me, just pass me, please. Thank you. I don't know if I've talked about this before, but I can definitely say fuel mileage also sucks for me. In my understanding from seeing forums and other Facebook groups, I am on the small percentage of people who get shit mileage, even though I don't drive like a fucking idiot. I'm not out there fucking going 7,000 RPMs every fucking gear, accelerating like it's the last day of my life. I have my spirited drives, yes, but it's not consistent. And I still average, like, depending on my fuel type, it's a pretty big average, but say 15.5 to like 22, 23. I'm sure that's going to be on the lower end now that the summer's here, and in the afternoons I have to use AC. And since I just engaged it, I think if you don't use cruise control, you might be a psychopath. why would you not use one of the most convenient things in the world? I have legitimately refused to buy certain cars that I fall in love with because they don't have cruise control. Maybe I'm just old. That's probably what it is. I'm just old. I mean, I don't have to have my foot on there. I don't have to worry about fluctuating speeds. I can't stand when people are driving next to you. Okay, let me rephrase. I don't understand why you'll have cars where you're driving. Let me wait after this bump. You're driving, right, and a car's just like this right next to you. Use cruise control, bro. Doesn't fluctuate. You're good. There's a lot of traffic today. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get to open her up. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, boy. There's this level between 3,000 and 4,000 RPMs. And if you give it just a little bit more than light throttle, it's insanely raspy. I can't stand it. But on the other hand, if you give it aggressive throttle, it doesn't sound like that. If only the perfect exhaust note existed throughout the entire RPM range. I want to try and open it up here after I make this left. Hopefully the camera picked up a little bit of that whine. It's not an insanely loud whine, but considering how small that blower is, it's got some sound to it. Nothing like that bad motherfucker right there. Those things are fucking just giant crybabies. Sounds fantastic. The TRX has got to be the best truck in its class. Like compared to the Raptor R, what does Chevy have to compete with it? So yeah, it's just the best truck in its class. Yeah, I don't know what else to say, man. Not many. There's just a couple people that, only one of them that seemed to be a little butthurt on my last video, my first video about the overall build when I said it should be around 400-ish. And some dude's like 340 wheel at most, LOL. The car actually has a dyno sheet showing it put down, oh, it's actually at home with all my records, showing it put down 391. If you guys remember from that video, the tune it had then to the tune it had now were night and day difference. Not necessarily saying it went up in horsepower, right? It could have technically gone down. It could have been a more conservative tune now that I've got my tuner Derek Robinson on it. But the car is definitely more than 340 wheel. Now keep in mind, it runs off, it's on flex. On 91, I think it did put down 349, I think it was. Or 340 something. But on ethanol, it put down 391. And now, oh, geez. Car almost hit the other one. So on 91, it put down 340 something. But on ethanol, I don't know what the content was. I would assume he picked up at a local station here that's usually E90 plus. And if that's the case, yeah, you know, he was probably minimum E85. And it put down 391 on likely that fuel content, ethanol content. And now I can confidently say it's going to sit somewhere between 380 and 400. And another person did mention I was likely in a lower horsepower range. And I actually, because of the delivery of his message, I entertained it. He wasn't looking to talk shit or be sour about it. He was actually generally looking to probably inform me that the blower wouldn't support 400. And I let him know, like, hey, I've got a dyno sheet at 391. And here's the deal. At the end of the day, right, I don't give a fuck if the dyno sheet showed 340, if it showed 300, or 391. The car runs great. Car runs great. It holds its own for a lot of other cars. I've run a fucking, I don't know, it wasn't the most recent generation, but the generation prior, 392. And I was fucking pulling the dude. That's our drive. Any particular questions you guys want to know about it? Anything you want to see, particularly content-wise, just let me know. I'll be more than happy to try to accommodate. But thanks for watching. Peace.